Buenos dias, Internet Familia. How are you doing today? Man, oh man, it's another beautiful day here today. Man, if you get a chance to go to the Oregon coast in July or August or September or October, you should take it and you should come. Because it is just fantastic here. Open invitation to any of my friends, family. You know who you are. Or even if you don't, text me and I'll say, sure. Seriously, it is just absolutely gorgeous here this time of year. I am exhausted. I didn't get any sleep last night. I just couldn't sleep. And I'm a little bit depressed too, because we have to wait an entire another week for another Game of Thrones. That show, man, it's just unfair. The way it taunts you with the next episode. What's going on with the Red Witch? She left? She has to come back to die? What's her connection with the eunuch? I don't understand, man. I don't understand. The show's so full of mysteries and enigmas that it keeps you guessing all the time. I think that's part of why it's addictive. It's not really that great of a show, but I don't know. It's like they put so much budget into it that it inexorably is good just via budget means. Good acting too, good directing, good sets. I don't know. It's cool. The story's cool. Never mind, it's a good show. I'm just a hater. Just angry this morning. I'm tired. Couldn't get any sleep last night. It's alright. Had a lot of fun on the live stream last night with random tandems. I decided to set it private. There were a couple of things that I did on there that, you know, that I just didn't mean to do. When you're in a live stream for that volume of time, it's really easy to make a mistake and dox yourself, you know, put your email address up or something like that, which I did a couple of times, which I didn't mean to do. Not that, you know, I mean, there were 10 people watching. They're all like friends of randoms that seem pretty cool, so I'm not sweating it too heavy, but at the same time, I had to go ahead and make that first live stream private. Sorry, random. There's a lot of good content on there. And James too, man. James was in the live chat for, how long were you in the live chat for, bro? Like 3 hours, 4 hours? I mean, it was a 8 plus live stream. So that and Game of Thrones, and I just didn't get to sleep very early. And then when I did finally get to sleep, I couldn't sleep. I just lay there tossing and turning. I slept about an hour. And then I had this crazy dream that I was swimming with a school of mermaids. It's really cool. The mermaids were mer people. They were not just mermaids, they were mermen as well. And they were all swimming in this big group. And I was swimming with them in this lake. It was a really pretty lake in an idyllic setting somewhere. I don't know, kind of reminded me of Oregon or Washington or something, the way the lake was. But and then I had a choice for a moment whether I could try to keep swimming with the mer people and go with them and go see what was up with them, or I could turn back. And it felt like, for a moment, it felt like a choice that was a little bit more permanent than I was willing to make at that time. So I turned back, and then as soon as I turned back, like all of them simultaneously flapped their tails in such a way to give me like a boost back to the shore. Like, you know, it was a friendly boost, but it was like they were like, oh, well, you're lost, bro. And they gave me the friendly boost with all their flukes. Is that what a mermaid has? A fluke? I don't know. But it was a mighty blast of water, and it pushed me back to the shore. Well, towards the shore. I never actually got to the shore. Then I woke up. I was all sweaty, and I couldn't go back to sleep. I don't know why I was all sweaty. I guess because I was swimming so vigorously in my dream. So markets, yeah, what's going on with the markets, man? Bitcoin is just holding steady. It is just completely holding steady. There's absolute chaos in the whole rest of the market, and everybody's in a panic because of SegWit and Bitcoin Cash, and, you know, you can't get your money out of Coinbase. I mean, there's just, you know, this is just, all the altcoins are like, you know, hard crashed right now. There's just craziness going on, and Bitcoin's like, nah, bro. I'm going to stay right at the high 20, 26, 27, wherever I'm at. I mean, it was at 28 for a minute there again. It's just, the price is staying really strong right now, which is, I don't know. It's interesting. Obviously, I think there's enough people trying to get into Bitcoin right now, speculating that there's going to be a big boost after the SegWit thing. It's interesting, that's for sure. These are crazy days. Genesis Mining, I believe, caught up with all their payouts, which I was very relieved and happy to see, although I expected it. I wasn't like super relieved. I didn't think they'd take the money and run. They seem like a legit enterprise. You know, honestly, Genesis Mining, I have no problem with anything they're doing, any way they're doing it, anything. They're great. I love them. I'm into it. I'm fully in. But it just seems like they could have handled it a little bit better as far as like dealing with the customers, like PR kind of thing. So Genesis Mining, I'm not really looking for employment right now, but I believe in your company, I believe in your mission, and if you need a PR director, one who speaks pretty decent English, give me a ring. I'd be happy to help you out with that. All right, I'll take a modest salary in Bitcoin. Love to get paid in Bitcoin for my job. Woo, that'd be sweet. But yeah, Genesis Mining, I'm actually serious. If you want a resume, you want to talk more, hit me up. I would love to be your PR director and help you next time something like this comes up, you know. And I'm pretty well versed on the IT side of things, so I feel like I could be a good liaison between you and your customers and you and the rest of the world when they have technical questions about your operation. You know, I'm pretty hip to finance and spreadsheets too, so I could definitely help present some of that information in a way that would be compelling for your end users. There's a lot, I think, about Genesis Mining that could be better. And it's not really about the service they're providing or the way they're providing it. It's the website, the way the website works, definitely how they handled this most recent issue that they had. You know, it just seems like you guys need more team, and I would love to be on your team. So there you go. There's my job application, Genesis Mining. Hope you're out there listening. So I'm all about Iceland too. You guys are in Iceland, right? I'm all about it. I'm ready. I'll move to Iceland tomorrow. You guys, when the banks failed and crashed and did all that corruption or whatever, you guys put them right in jail, man. That is just awesome. That's what everybody should have done. And the efficacy of that has proven now, you know. Iceland's economy is, you know, by some metrics, probably number one in the world, you know. And why? Because you're dealing with sound money. I mean, it could be more sound, it could be cryptocurrency, but hey, you went and took all the bankers and put them in jail, man. That is what everybody should have done. In 2008, all the bankers should have been in jail right then. Just boom, jail. So, good on you, Iceland. Good on you, Genesis Mining. Stoked on all that. I had $30 worth of reinvest in BitConnect again yesterday. Although, you know, again, I'm just logging in a couple of times a day and seeing if there's enough to reinvest and hitting reinvest, whether it's $20, $10, whatever, and I'm not keeping super good track about how much it is per day, or how much it is cumulative. I mean, the website does it for you itself. I always mark it down after the fact and fill in, you know, my own personal spreadsheets and stuff, because I like to make charts and graphs. I haven't shared any of those charts and graphs with anybody because it's, you know, it's personal information, right? Personal financial information. So it's not really something I'm comfortable with sharing with the world. But I think I'm going to make like a dummy account and a dummy Exodus wallet and just kind of get into some of all this and be able to do it in a little bit more transparent way. All right, I'm back. I got my Go Juice. I'm going to need to re-up on this later today, probably. You know, I would never recommend anybody to go buy a coffee every single day. And I myself kind of beat myself up over a little bit. But the reality is, I'm probably going to make like $300 or $400 today. And this coffee's like $3 or $4 with a tip or whatever. And making it it never tastes as good when I make it at home. It's probably healthier. That's quite a bit of work, you got to clean the whole rig and everything, and I don't know. I don't pamper myself in a lot of ways, so this is the way I've decided to pamper myself, by just saying, hey, you know what, I'm just going to go buy a coffee every day. And I might change my infrastructure and improve my infrastructure so it's more convenient and easy and pleasant for me to have coffee at home. But as of right now, if this is the way that I got to pamper myself, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy my coffee and not save that money, which is ill-advised. Really, you should always save every penny. But I got to pick my battles right now because time is money. And currently, I have more money than time. Man, I remember being a teenager and having almost infinite time and no money, and feeling trapped because you couldn't do anything because you didn't have money, so you couldn't go anywhere, you couldn't really buy anything, you couldn't do things. And it's just so weird how throughout your life you end up, in an opposite circumstance. Next thing you know, just all those contrasts. I mean, one day you're somewhere and you think you're there and you think you've got a trajectory and a plan, you're going to go along and that's how it's going to be, and something can just totally derail it. It might not even be you, it might not even have anything to do with you, it might not be anything you could have done anything about even. So you got to be flexible, you got to be able to roll with the punches. And so this is me rolling with the punches. I'm buying my coffee because now I'm in a very different situation than I was in 10, 15, 20 years ago. And there's things I miss about my old situation. It was fun being a frontman for a punk rock band for all those years. No, punk rock, that's not really an accurate description. We did play some punk rock, some ska, some reggae, a lot of rock and roll, blues, disco, bluegrass. I've always really enjoyed playing a big variety of music, so for me, I was never going to be in just a one kind of band. I was never going to just be a punk rock band or any kind of band. In fact, if I was going to be in a one kind of band, it definitely would not be punk rock. I like punk rock music a little bit. It's kind of like hip-hop, like I like 2% of the punk rock out there. I like 2% of the hip-hop out there. Very choosy on some forms of music. Some forms of music I love all the different kinds. Old school country. Man, I love all the Hank Williams Seniors, Ernest Tubb, Patsy Cline. I love all that old stuff. Even the unknowns and the one-hit wonders from back then, I really like all of them. But, 60s rock. I mean, obviously there's so much good 60s rock. The Doors, Cream, the Kinks, even some of the boy bands like Led Zeppelin. Oh, did you call Led Zeppelin a boy band? Yes, I did. They were put together by a producer, mostly ripped off old blues artists. I mean, obviously Led Zeppelin's rad, dude. John Bonham's legit on drums. What's his name? The Satanist was super good on guitar, but I don't know. They felt less authentic to me than some of the other 60s rock acts that they were contemporaries of, so. And I've never really liked Robert Plant. Never really liked his singing or his voice. Ow, 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 ow. I can't. I'm a little choosy on singers. I can never get behind him. It's funny because there's other singers from that era and bands that aren't, super great, but I totally dig them. So, I don't know. I don't know what's the matter with me. It's just me. I'm just a hater today. I'm just a grumpy hater because I didn't get enough sleep because I was swimming with the mer people. Alright, internet fam. Get out there and buy some of those altcoins, man. I don't give financial advice, but if I did, I'd say get out there and get some of those altcoins, because I do think when Bitcoin starts going up, altcoins are going to go back up too. And yeah, I'll be doing another live stream for sure. Probably later this week, maybe even tonight. I don't know. It went really well on the technology end, even though my little $200 pawn shop laptop was struggling with everything I had going on all at once. But it was doing it, and it came out really good with the Compiz Cube and everything. So I'm going to be doing that again. All right, Internet fam, you have a good day. Hope you got better sleep than I did.